Do you know that around 27 million humans live in Australia, while the country is also home to 200 million rabbits? That means rabbits are 10 times more than humans. These rabbits have caused so much destruction in Australia that the government has officially declared them a harmful species. Where rabbits are a dangerous creature for Australia, and the government has failed in every attempt to get rid of them, China, on the other hand, has imported more than 4 million rabbits in the last 30 years. Not to eat them, but to conduct an unusual experiment in the Kibbuki Desert, and the results shocked and surprised the entire world. Welcome once again to Zim Voice Videos. Viewers, when a desert eats up fertile green land and turns it into more desert, this process is called desertification, and its biggest victim is China's Kibbuki Desert. There was a time when the Kibbuki Desert was expanding at the rate of 500,000 acres every year, meaning each year it swallowed nearly 500,000 acres of fertile land. At that time, China tried its best to slow down the rate of desertification. In the 1950s and 1960s, many projects were launched. Sand control stations were built, and trees were planted in the desert. But this sea of sand was out of control. Then one day, a local entrepreneur named Wang Wenbao changed everything. Wang invested his money into a strange and unusual idea. He started placing dry shrubs in square shapes over hundreds of acres of sand, and in the spaces between them, he planted willow trees, also known as bed trees. The willow is a tree that can survive without much water because its roots can go 300 feet underground to search for water. Its wood is used to make paper and furniture, but only if the tree can survive the desert. In the Kibbuki Desert, strong winds blow the sand away, and even the moisture trapped under the sand evaporates. To protect the young willow plants from these strong winds, shrubs were placed around them. In the beginning, everyone laughed at Wang, saying, "Look at this crazy man planting trees in a desert." No one understood what he was planning. For the next 3 years, everything went smoothly, but then a new problem appeared. The willows now required special care. If they were to be sold to the paper and furniture industry, their young branches needed to be trimmed regularly so the main trunk could grow thicker. But doing this work in the desert was extremely difficult and extremely expensive. And this is where the story takes a new twist. This is the point where rabbits entered the story, specifically the Rex rabbit. The Rex rabbit is a special breed whose fur is as soft and luxurious as otter fur. It is very soft, very expensive, and used in luxury clothing. But why were these rabbits brought here? Because one small habit of theirs ended up changing the entire ecosystem of the Kibbuki Desert. Rex rabbits love to eat the new shoots that grow on willow trees. When they ate these thin branches, the main trunk of the tree grew thicker, exactly what the paper industry wanted and paid high prices for. So the rabbits ate food and helped create valuable raw material for the industry. On one side, the environment benefited, and on the other side, the economy benefited. A win-win for both. But this was only the beginning of the story. As you learned earlier, willow roots go 300 feet deep into the ground. These roots started improving the structural stability of the sand. Because of this, sand no longer blew away easily in strong winds, and moisture trapped in the sand no longer evaporated. Meanwhile, the rabbits began performing their real magic. The waste, droppings of the Rex rabbits started acting as fertilizer. In China's zero-waste system, this became a valuable product. Second, this breed reproduces extremely fast. One female gives birth to 50 babies a year. This high reproduction rate meant more rabbits, more fertilizer, and more fertile soil. Soon, the sand turned into farmland, and organic vegetables started growing there. Another amazing feature of Rex rabbits also played a key role in this miracle. They digest grass, but cannot digest grass seeds. So the seeds pass out in their droppings untouched, and after some time, grass begins to multiply naturally. Meaning, the rabbits not only maintained the willow trees, but also helped grass grow across the desert. And finally, their fur was also sold at high prices. This process became a self-sustaining cycle. Rabbits literally began turning the desert green. After the success of this experiment, Wang didn't stop. He rented 100 bulldozers, leveled the sand dunes, filled pits, flattened the land, and planted even more willows. He encouraged local people to raise Rex rabbits. With the help of the Chinese government, millions of rabbits were imported and distributed among villagers. Every household became a small farm. This project continued for 10 years, and the entire region transformed. Once there was nothing here except sand. Now it is a green, thriving landscape. The Kibukhi Desert covers 18,600 square kilometers. According to a UN report, 33%, or 6,250 sq.km, has become green. This is the result of more than 30 years of effort. Because of this transformation, the Kibukhi Desert is no longer called the Sea of Death, but an ecological marvel. Not only the environment changed, people's lives changed too. The Chinese government invested 3 billion yuan, about $400 million. New villages were built, and new jobs were created in the desert. Today, millions of acres of desert land support livelihoods. Over 2,000 farms are running. Every year, 3 million Rex rabbits are sold. The average annual income of a farmer has reached 9,600 yuan. People who once wanted to escape the desert have now become wealthy because of it. According to an estimate, the lives of 10,000 people have changed. In 2017, when media reporters visited the area, they found that the environment had improved tenfold. Trees, grass, animals, and humans were all living in harmony. But one question must be in your mind. If rabbits can make a desert green, why are they dangerous in Australia? The truth is, until 1859, Australia had no rabbits. Then a British man released only 24 rabbits so he and his friends could hunt them. Within 70 years, the rabbit population exploded and became uncontrollable. In Australia, rabbits live freely in their natural habitat. But in China, they are kept in a controlled environment and used only in ways that benefit everyone. That's why rabbits are a disaster in Australia, but a blessing in China. But the story of the Kibukhi Desert does not end here. The world's largest solar power image was built here, called the Jumna Solar Power Plant. Spread across 6,000 acres, this plant contains around 5 million solar panels, which look like a running horse from space. According to Guinness World Records, it is the largest solar panel image in the world. By 2022, the plant had generated 2.3 billion kilowatts of energy. China saved 7,600 tons of coal and reduced 1.8 million tons of CO2. But if you think the plant only produces electricity, you're wrong. It also fights desertification. Because sunlight doesn't hit the ground directly beneath the solar panels, evaporation reduces. So grass is grown there. And to cut this grass, Rex rabbits are once again used. They eat the grass, plant new seeds through their droppings, and help the land become more fertile. Thanks to the panels, wind speed has reduced by 50%. Less sand displacement means the land keeps getting better. Today, if you visit the Kibukhi Desert, you'll see sheep, goats, ducks, and rabbits living together. Grass grows under the panels, and willow trees stand around them. No one ever imagined that the Sea of Death would one day become the Sea of Life, and all of it started because of a small rabbit used the right way. Researchers around the world now call this model an eco-economic revolution. According to a report, 50% of the world is desert, and 40% is fighting desertification. Today, Europe and the US are also studying China's eco-economic revolution. The message of the Kibukhi Desert is clear. When humans and nature work together, even a sea of death can become a garden of life. We hope you like and share this Zimvice video. Thank you so much for your loving comments. See you in the next amazing video.